YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I know you guys and gals have missed me. Unfortunately, my main channel, which was over 10K, is currently in limbo still. I'm fighting YouTube on it, trying to get this channel back. But I have to start rebuilding, because with YouTube these days, I've seen so many channels get taken down, and it's just an endless battle with that. But I want to get right to the point of this video. So, I am the Anonymous Prepper, and this is the Anonymous Prepper channel. Don't mind the get up. This is for anonymous reasons. You know, I'm not somebody trying to put myself out there on YouTube to get famous. All you need is just a basic bit of face to work with, so just bear with me. So, Putin made his big speech today. It's popping up all over YouTube and the news. He's drafting 300,000 reservists. And he has made threats towards the West of nuclear strikes. Or war, however you want to word it. Point being, Putin's not backing down. I made a video back in March on my other channel. I had told all of my followers and subscribers, this is going to play out like a chess match. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be long. And now here we are. Russia's pushing all this forward, winning for a while. Ukraine makes their little bit of comebacks, and vice versa. And as you can see, Putin's not backing down. Now he's going to step up his game. We're in a very dire situation, folks. Like, very, very dire. Where at any moment, all it takes is one spark to cause a mass event that could be catastrophic. Are you prepared? Do you have protection? Do you have the good old big boy protection? Tools for the job? Do you have the things to protect your body? And there's certain things I got to watch what I say on YouTube, because I'm trying to behave a little better, because I'm not trying to lose my backup channels as well. I'm trying to rebuild them now to get the knowledge out to the people. But are you ready? Do you have iodine to protect yourself from radiation poisoning? Another example. Do you have food? Do you have a stocked up pantry? Do you have, for your car, a full tank of gas? Do you have extra gas? Where do you live at to set up these parameters to protect yourself? Do you have the needs to stay warm this winter? Because the fact is, since Putin did this, I guarantee it, stock prices are going to go through a big roller coaster now. Up and down, up and down. Food prices are going to shoot through the roof. And this is not based on hearsay or, oh, this crazy article was on this website or whatever. That's not how I operate. I want physical proof. Anything I have ever talked about on any of my channels, I want physical proof. If you look back on this channel, yeah, I have random stuff on there because this is my backup channel. But I have posted a couple of videos of a certain group. You'll see when you see. But we know what we're looking for and what we're talking about. I know one thing. We're in a very dark age, folks. Do you have your stuff in order? You can't sit around and say, well, I'm on a fixed income. You know, I don't have access because I live in an apartment. Well, to clarify, I live in an apartment. Doesn't mean you can't stock up. Because in most situations, in preparedness, there's, you know, certain categories, and I'll just put a couple out there. There's your standard prepping, which is for an emergency for 1 to 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Like, you know, a natural disaster happens, you got to stay prepped for a couple weeks because you have no power. Things like that. we've all seen the videos of how many different preppers talking about this. I'm not going to go all into detail because the videos are out there. But the point is, there's those kind of preppers. Then there is the more moderate preppers, which prepare more so on the long term, like what I do, which is for a few months. Because you're not going to be bugging out. You're going to be bugging in. But you also have to have preparations to bug out as well. Do you have bug out bags? Do you have a proper checklist of all the things you need for your bug out bags? Because I have two. I have one in my car, then I have one I keep in the house, which is my backup. Which in a sense, it's more so, say if there wasn't an EMP that happened. I can still go grab my other bug out bag, put that one in my car, grab a few things I need, and go. Now, excuse me. Now, if an EMP did hit, I have access to two solid bags that I know I could take either one of them, or always have an ulterior plan to get access to that second bag and have it with me on standby. Or, if you have somebody with you, they could take a bag and you could take a bag. Doing little plans like that. Now, if you have a family, for instance, especially right now, because, it's back to school season and, trying to sound positive here, folks, but I'm looking at things realistically. Because in this day and age, with everything that's happened the last couple of years, you got to be realistic. You can't always depend on the positivity effect. You have to stay positive, yes. But you can't always listen to people say, oh, you got to be more positive. Stop fear-mongering. Stop worrying about everything. The only thing I'm worried about is just be prepared. Because I've seen enough stuff happen in my life. Anybody who knows my backstory knows I was a homeless person as a teenager. I had a very tough life. I slept in the woods in the cold for months, digging out of dumpsters, and etc., etc. If I have to do another video about it, because my other channel is still down, I'll explain further down the road. This is more important right now. Back to what I was saying about if you have a family. Every family these days should have a bug out bag. And it's not that expensive. To literally go to your local Wally World, Dollar Tree, or any type of dollar store. And I can verify this. Buy a cheap kid's backpack. I need coffee this morning. I'm super tired. You gotta bear with me here. You need a cheap kid's backpack. $5 to $7 at Walmart. And then you go to Dollar Tree. Or even go back to Walmart first, and you go to the camping section. You get, rain poncho, some little things, emergency whistle, different little things to build a little bag for your kids. Then you go to Dollar Tree. And my goodness, folks, these days, you'd be surprised what you can find at Dollar Tree. That's one of my favorite stores to go to because they have everything. They have emergency lights for $1.25 that work really good. The only downside is they run on batteries, but for an emergency, put in your kid's bag, I'd recommend it. Zip ties, shower curtains you can make a shelter out of. Just different things. Taking those times to make those preps is critical these days. That's how it works. Now, I could rant on and on about that and give step-by-steps, but right now I can't do that because I've already done videos about this before. Now, if my channel will get back up, then I can start going back and doing more videos like I was. But with what happened today with Putin, I had to make sure to make a video with this one. Okay, and then finally, one other thing I wanted to cover with the prepping aspect of things. Because I mentioned there's this prepper type, and then of course there's the doomsday preppers. Or the high-end preppers, like some of the preppers on YouTube that have, the warehouses, or they're stocked to the brim with everything. To me, ladies and gentlemen, it's fine to prep like that if you have the funds to do so. But I'm being realistic here. Having all that stuff, even in a worst-case situation, how long is it going to keep you going if times really get bad? Because we have technology. If somebody wants to be found, they're going to be found. And that's one thing in the prepping community I never see people talk about. And this is up my alley. You have the groups out there like Lizard Squad, the Anons, and I'm not going to give out too many names because I'm not trying to get flagged here, but put it this way. All these YouTubers never give out their information, their names, exact locations, whatever. We know where you are. Preppers never talk about that. Is the hacktivist. We know where everybody is. If we really want to find you, we're going to find you. Especially somebody who has a lot of stuff. If we think, oh, this guy's all the way up in Canada, but we know exactly where his warehouse is, we'll make that drive or get there because all the supplies. I'm not saying I would ever do that. I'm just giving you guys a fair warning here. And just because your name is changed on YouTube, that doesn't mean anything. We can still find you because everything is all linked up on the internet. All it takes is a little bit of code and we got you. We found you. Down to where you're sitting on your porch on your home address. That's one thing I've never seen preppers talking about, is how easily people can be found. And that's where I come in, because I know this already. But I gotta wrap this video up. And I know I rant and rave. All my videos I do, it's one thing or another thing I bounce around, so this is just what I do. But pay attention, folks. It's gonna get rough here now. We got the dark winter approaching. We got the situation with Putin. And I don't care what anybody says in this video, saying, oh, he's weak, he's backing down. When you're playing a chess match can go on for hours, days, weeks, months. There's some people that have played a chess match that went on for years. You move one piece at a time. If you decide to play a quick match like you're playing checkers and do this, 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 and this to end the match fast, more than likely you're probably going to lose. Somebody who's smart is going to take the time, moving one piece at a time, and seeing what happens. Then you move out a bigger piece eventually. But it starts with the pawns, the bishops, the knights, then you bring out the rooks. And then you have your king and your queen, which is your Hail Marys. If those come out, you're in serious trouble. But I have to jump off here now, folks. I am the Anonymous Prepper.